Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. D. Eric Body Beats. It's a vibe.
You always have those different things that you're like. I was just kind of piggybacking off what you're saying. You're always gonna have those things from the time I was younger to the time now. Even like those things are gonna persist, but it's about like just getting over and realize nobody really gives a fuck. Like don't let that hinder you from really being what you want to be and like expressing yourself how you want to express yourself and shit.
Which is literally what Cares None is about.
Right.
That's like literally at the at the core principle. You need to have the Cares None mindset to do that. And the way that it feels like to get the Cares None mindset is to realize that they're not really looking.
Yeah, they're not.
So we don't do a lot of things because we don't want to look stupid to others.
It's all about the others, yeah.
Right? And then when you realize that they not really thinking about it.
Well, and even if they are, fuck them.
And then fuck them.
They're their own, like, hey, fuck you, man. I don't give a shit what you say,
Right, because you wouldn't. Why would you even give a fuck about their opinion anyway? They're not in line with what the fuck you think.
Yeah.
So if there's something that you like to do and then they don't like it,
right?
Well, why would you give a fuck what they think?
And I feel like people that hate, usually it's like rooted in like their own, like they have a problem with it themselves, right? Like the kids that got bullied, or like the kids that were the bullies, were usually the ones that had like the most insecurities.
Oh, for sure,
and
absolutely.
so, like, yeah, fuck
yeah, it's always like that.
Absolutely. It's always those motherfuckers.
And I always think to this that we are a lot of times fine with ourselves. It's just the moment we think about somebody else thinking about what we're thinking about. Like, do you think that's cool? I think that shit is cool. Man, that's a cool ass idea. Oh, damn, but what if they don't think it's cool?
Right.
It's like you thought, like, no, keep with that thought.
Yeah,
Don't give a fuck. Like the minute you thought about somebody else, you got all whimsical about this shit. No, just you think it's cool,
like
go ahead.
you're saying literally the very first thought of I think I felt good.
That always feels good. Every single time, damn near, that feels good.
Yeah.
The moment we think about one other person, it's like, oh, shit.
Yep.
I don't know.
That's facts. I can't think of a time where that's not true.
So just be consistent with your thought and like, no, like this is okay. Whatever thought you have is okay. And I think a lot of times we focus on other people's judgment of our shit to approve it, I guess. Validate it, if you will. So maybe that's a part of it because we are social. It's
here's the thing though, D. Let's say they were thinking certain thoughts. Let's say they were thinking what you think they thinking, which they're not. But let's just say
most likely they're not.
Most likely they're not. But let's just say they all were thinking that, right? They're like, yeah, whatever you think your biggest insecurity is, they hitting at it, right? Let's just assume that that's correct. We've established earlier that you really can't control your own thoughts. So those aren't even those people's thoughts.
Right.
If you look at it from that perspective. So because just like I can make you think about an elephant right now, you weren't thinking that, but I can make you think about it now. So it's like, are they really in control of that? Or is their environment making them think those thoughts? So it's not even necessarily that person. It's their conditioning from everyone else's fucking thoughts. I know it's kind of deep, but does it make sense though?
I hear you.
So it's like, even if they hating, and here's what else I learned, D. I get a lot of random motherfuckers question, and 99% of the time it's dope. So I think this whole thing where you have to, maybe I'm not at the level yet, but all I've gotten is 99% love, right? Motherfuckers either like it's dope. Occasionally you get a couple of dumbass comments, right? And in the beginning, this shit hurt a little bit more, but I'm like, wait a minute, your whole thing is Cares None. Don't give a fuck, right? That was my whole thing. So I would actually, people would make fun of me for whatever reason. I would make a video about it, almost to become bulletproof. So whatever you got, I'll just fucking lean into it, right? And I kept getting that. I kept doing that. But then what I've noticed, as far as the haters concerned, when you respond with just love, 7 times out of 10, they're like, oh man, I was just fucking with you, man. I actually like your content. They're so dope.
Yeah.
So it's like, what do you think is going on in the haters' mind or on the online? Like, I don't even feel like that's real. They be saying shit just to get the reaction a lot of the time.
Yeah, it's an attention grabber. It's a part of it's a way to get some energy, your point across, your attention, I should say. It's just not as effective. It's one way to do it. But because it's also intimidating to just lead with love for a lot of people as well, because they don't want to feel rejected.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
so if I
right,
bash you and then I can tell you I love you, it's like another way to get into you, like get your attention. Because you're going to respond to if I say some goofy shit to you.
The energy's coming
But
regardless.
if I give you oh man, I'm such a big fan, I just want to know some shit, you might not, historically speaking, it seems more intimidating. Like, but it's easy to just say some shit. You piece of shit, that shit goofy as hell, dumbass look,